What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. We are back for The Circle, Season 2, ready to lean. I have been excited for this. Kanubi, welcome back. We're finna talk about it. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm ready to get into it, baby. Let's do what we do.
It's about to be a good one because we are upset.
Child, don't
Which
get
I'm
me
sure y'all
started.
might know why we upset, but be, let's not express how we feel just yet. Let's talk about the
Right,
episode, the way it happened, and how we got to being upset.
right. Let's break it down, go in chronological order so we won't
Correct, correct, correct.
miss nothing.
So, like I said, I was really excited for these episodes. I really tried to stay up and watch this. I tried to stay up on what was it? It come out yesterday, right? So I tried to
Wednesday,
stay up on
Wednesday, yeah.
Tuesday to watch it, but I just got so tired, fell asleep. So last week, obviously, we recapped 1 through 4. We're gonna recap
Right,
5 and review 5 through 8 today. And we left off with Savannah being blocked, and she went to see Courtney. He got this power to be in the inner circle, and we both basically gave our predictions right. So I can't remember exactly what you said, but I
I
know.
didn't say anything
Okay,
because
you
I
didn't.
didn't I didn't know. Like I couldn't even think of what the power might have been. So I didn't
Right.
have a prediction, honestly.
Well, I knew it was gonna be some shady shit. Let's just say that. As individuals who have played these type of Big Brother Survivor type games, there's always twists and turns, always ways to give people an advantage. And Courtney definitely got an advantage because he was able to meet the two newbies as an
Right.
anonymous profile and stir the pot. And then he was able to basically choose the next influencer, which he didn't know at that time. But it was a mess. So speaking of the two new players, we got Mitchell and we got Kat. What do you think about Mitchell and Kat?
First of all, Mitchell is that man is fine. Jesus, Lord have mercy. That man is fine. I'm not want to discriminate against white, black, candy apple red, lime green at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good looking white man, Jesus. That's the type of white man I would go for.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but to be honest, if I was playing the game, I would be like, oh, Mitchell's a catfish. Like he just had one of
Hmm.
those spaces where it's like you look at him and say, that's unbelievable. Nah, but he's really, really cool. He's really cute. I like the fact that he picked up the legacy from his mama and
Yeah,
brother that was on season
cause they
one.
flopped.
And
Ooh, they flopped.
yeah, they flopped horribly. So
Yeah.
he came back, just to set the, basically everything they did wrong, he wants to come back
Well,
and
he
do
came
right.
back as being real. They came
Right.
in together and they were wait were they who were they being? I can't remember. Were they being somebody else or were they
I think
being?
they were themselves. They were themselves. They were just boring. They
Well,
were
I
really,
think I
really
think they
boring.
were I think they were the son, but the mom was there to
Okay.
basically. I think it was I can't remember, child, but they were terrible. And I will say
Yeah.
in this moment, they already redeemed themselves because Mitchell came through with everything, child, with little cheeks out.
Right.
I was like, all right, Mitchell.
I love.
Um,
Oh, that them girls went
yes,
up. The girls and the boys went up when they saw
right,
that.
and
As
Cat.
far as Cat, I love that is a beautiful black woman.
Mm-hmm.
I've always had a thing for tall girls. I think Cat is, I want to say 6'3", maybe 6'2", 6'3". So I know she said
That's a
with her
big girl.
heels, she's 6'7". So I want to say maybe she's 6'2", 6'3". She's absolutely beautiful. She has
Yeah,
one of the most beautiful smiles I've ever seen in my entire damn life.
yeah,
And I like that she's personal. Like she has a lot of personality, a
yeah.
lot of personality. So hopefully and prayerfully, even though Terry Leisha didn't make it, I'm hoping that she
We
can
ain't got there yet. We ain't got there
strategize
yet.
correctly. Right, right. Okay. So I'm hoping she can play the game right, and
Yeah.
it'll take her far. I'm hoping.
Yes, because we are rooting for everybody that's what?
Black,
Black.
black is king.
So my opinion is the same. Mitchell, I'm glad he came in. He was very attractive. Obviously, his family redemption great. Cat, I was like, oh, this is a big ass woman. Is in terms she's like tall, she's like she's built.
She
She
bigger
plays
than all the
volleyball.
furniture in there.
Okay,
If you pay
she
attention, she's bigger
she
than all of the
is now
furniture
what?
that's in that apartment.
I agree. Now, what I don't like is, and I don't know if she brought. I think she brought this for like jokes, giggles, and jokes. This little wig she brought, but I know that's not a. I know that wig she brought is not a wig that she just plays around with. She probably wears that wig when she don't have those braids in, and that's
Oh
a little
wow,
alarming to me because I'm like, "Ooh, girl, what you look like?" I gotta go
that
to your page. I want
that
to see
way
what you
look
look
a
like
little
without them.
done.
That wig looked like Pam Oliver from ESPN. I had
You so
to.
stupid. Oh yeah, you know Pam wigs be all over the
Very
place.
Chewbacca. So with that being said, I was like, all right, girl. But I love that she came in basically with the motive of I'm black, I'm for Black Power, and you
Right,
got
I
that.
love that.
That's something that I don't really feel like the other three African Americans that were already in the game came in with that. And
Right,
I said it's a requirement, but we talked about this. We're gonna talk about it more today about this whole black magic all situation because we actually get that finally, which is what I
right,
said. We talked about
right.
last week. So basically, when they came in, of course, they gave their impressions.
Mm,
Kat actually was like, Emily's a dude. She was like, she was calling out who she felt were, you know, um, catfish or whatever. And
she called it.
as far as Terra Leisha, she actually was like, oh, okay, Texas cool. She, Black Power. And that's why I was saying this is the energy I feel like none of the other African Americans gave when they came on. She immediately was
Right,
like, oh, Terra Leisha, she black. Okay, we're going to see what we can do. At least, like, open the door for that. But nobody else did
right,
that. So
right.
when she did that, I was like, okay, good, finally.
I like that. Right. Because both
But
are from Texas. She from Miss, mind you,
yeah,
none of them could pronounce Mesquite. They would say Mesquite,
Lee
Mesquite.
could,
None of them could pronounce Mesquite.
Lee
But
could,
yeah, she was like triple D. Terry Alicia's cute, da da
yeah,
da, and she
yeah,
did give her that black woman card. That she
yeah.
was a strong black woman. So I liked. I did like that she did that.
Yeah. So of course they go into the inner circle thing or whatever, and Courtney gets to meet them. So his strategy is that he doesn't want Mitchell to trust the girls, and he wants Kat. He doesn't want Kat to get close to Terra Lisa because obviously both from Texas, both black. This was going to happen, and so
It's an automatic
what
connection,
did you think
right?
about Courtney's strategy? Do you think it was smart? I mean, despite how we may feel about him and what he did, but how did you feel about his strategy as it relates to the game? Because honestly, I'm gonna say
I
it was well played. If I think
It was
about
well thought out.
I can't hate the player. I just don't like the damn strategy. But it is a game, so go ahead.
Well, for me, it's the complete opposite. I don't like the player, but I love the strategy. So because from the time they got rid of Samantha, we all know that
So
Courtney had it
Savannah,
out.
you can call her
Yes,
Samantha.
Samantha. Yeah, fuck her. I don't know. Child, I keep thinking about Samantha. I made the same mistake last week, but he, had it out. His number one strategy was to get
Yeah,
Teresa, and all of a sudden he had it out to get Emily as well. Like he just had it out for those two. So I like the way he mapped everything out. And I like the fact that he did think about these are two black girls. These are two black girls from Dallas. These are two black girls that have a lot of personality. So 10 times out of 10, they're gonna connect. So he did what he had to do to basically say that she's not to be trusted and she
yeah,
lies a lot. Did it work in his favor? No. But well, did that particular thing work in his favor? No, because Kat is the type of person she likes to feel people for herself. So
correct.
I love the fact that she did
Yeah,
that. I love that so much. But what he planned out, I mean, it
yeah,
it kind of worked, but then again, it kind of backfired, and we'll get into how it. We're gonna get into that on later on
yeah.
how it backfired on him.
Right. So, okay, that happened, and they played this two-faced game where they had to choose two different types of photos. And I thought this was
Right.
very interesting because I didn't really understand what they were trying to get at. But then looking at what they did, this is where I think things started to sink for Terry Leisha. Not necessarily
Mm-hmm.
for her, the bad energy and blood, whatever, because, people were saying that, but people started to feel like Terry Leisha was a catfish based off the pictures.
Right.
And
And an
when I was,
apology.
huh? And the apology, yes.
And the
But I think it
apology.
was more of the pictures. because
Mm-hmm.
as far as the pictures go, like she put that blue hair, and we know her as blue, right? We watching. Nobody knew her as
Right.
having blue hair, and then also like I'm not really a fan of filters, honestly. I'm not like honestly filters make me think catfish in any way, or
Right.
there's something
Right.
to hide, and I don't think she chose the
Right.
right pictures, in my opinion.
Right.
And so I
I
think,
said the exact same
yeah,
thing. I swear. I'm like,
yeah,
Teresa, you are fucking gorgeous. Like if
yeah,
you just smile the way that cat smiles in her
yeah,
pictures, like if you just, I'm more than sure Teresa had pictures that did not have a filter on them. You're
yeah,
supposed to pick a good picture and a
mm-hmm,
naughty picture.
mm-hmm,
I think a
yeah,
good picture that had the bunny ears on it. First of all, you had someone else in the picture. I don't know who that person was, but this was your time to shine. This was
I agree.
your time for them to get to know who you are. So I never would have took a picture with, placed that picture in there with somebody else in it. And what I really think shit kind of got twisted for her was when she added the filter.
Yeah,
That's what made everybody like,
yeah,
okay, I hate filters. Why she adding a filter? Maybe she has
mm-hmm,
something to hide. So that's what I personally think Terry Lee should like. She started like slowly going down.
yeah. No, I agree. Um, and honestly, everybody else, I mean, I really nobody else stood out. Courtney said he was a naughty little snack. Chloe said, "We'll put anything in my mouth." I'm like, "Oh my god, Emily, girl."
I love when I tell you I love me some Emily. Oh my
I mean, not
God,
Emily, not Emily,
that girl
Chloe,
is
Chloe, Chloe. I
Chloe.
wasn't like,
Chloe, yeah,
yeah,
Chloe, Chloe,
yeah. I
Chloe.
was like, we don't. I don't think we like Emily like that. But yeah, Chloe, we definitely,
Right.
we both. I love Chloe. She actually is very entertaining to watch overall. She's this show is a much better fit for her than Too
Oh
Hot to
yeah.
Handle was because she's able to
Oh
really
yeah.
be who she is, even though she is like trying to like find a relationship and love slightly, but she's still herself and can be like
She's
extra as
free.
she wants to
She's
be. Right,
open. She is
right,
one of the things that I love. She's unapologetic. She's very open. She's very unapologetic about who she is. So when she added the
yeah.
caption, "Will put anything in my
Anything in
mouth,"
my mouth.
I died. I died. I died because I'm like, yes, this how you shake shit up. This how you stir it up. Like, don't be
Yeah,
boring with it. Shake it up a little bit. So I like that.
I agree. And then of course to finish this episode out, they this is like I said, they Trevor started a chat, beautiful black queens. Now, what we say last week, we said you
You
was just like,
predicted that.
I was just like, this should happen, and you was saying like maybe it would be maybe offensive, and I was like, why would they be offensive to anybody unless they are opposing of the opposing side? And so I'm glad
Right.
that finally, but I didn't like he tried to basically come in and be like, I don't always get it right. I need help with my daughter. Honestly, I'm tired of this daughter storyline. This single black father. It is just draining, and I don't understand why
He's
they
gonna
don't get
use
it.
that and drag it out.
Well, she's kind of exposing herself to being. No man is that emotional about being a single black father. Like
I'm sure they're out there, but I
no
personally never
man
met them.
even really
I'm sure they're out
yeah,
there.
they out there, but no man really expresses themselves as single. They may have a baby,
Right.
but to be like that's a woman thing to say completely. To be like, I mean, woman or
Right.
well, unless you're gay like us, but with a couple of
Right.
feminine traits. But right, but
Right.
this is like no man is gonna be like, oh, I'm single. Like, no, they just out here doing what they gonna do, and that's gonna show that they're
Right.
single. So, and the next
She
episode,
gonna
this
give
is
herself away, if you ask
she
me.
is, and
Sooner or
she
later. I think
already
she's
kind of
gonna give
is.
herself away.
She already kind of is. She already kind of is.
hmm It's happening
But
slowly but surely. She's gonna give herself away.
right, it's getting there. In the next episode, so Courtney basically gets to choose the influencer, and we find out later that he chooses River, right? And I'm just like, okay, of course he gonna choose River, because I mean,
Wasn't
he's
surprised.
I wasn't surprised. I mean, the gays gotta stick together, child. But honestly, he doesn't have Savannah, and he's close with, I guess, River in the sense of rainbow power. But let me tell you
River
what
is the
got me.
closest persons too.
What got me was Lee's pictures on the wall. You see his pictures on the wall? He said,
Child, and he
Tara
had
Lee
to
show.
release her to the side like this. I said, "Oh my God, you got too much time on your hands to be doing arts and craft over
Well, he
there,
said
bud."
he writes children books on it or something like that. Cause I don't if that was a child, them children books, them back from the 80s, 90s. Cause that is some scribble scrabble. Even though I'm
If I
sure it
never
is
seen it,
just
like he just was doing this. That's it. I said,
correct.
"Child." No ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. I said, you gotta be kidding me. Like, and I actually, like, I paused it, and then I got close and I got into it. I said, this man actually has a drawing of everybody that's still in the game right now. Yeah,
Right.
you got a lot of time on your hands, dude.
What you think about Chloe and now that she's like talking and flirting with Mitchell, but also wanting to slightly be with Trevor? Like she's like, "Oh, I really like Trevor. we talk." Like, how do you feel about her whole little love triangle, the storyline she's adding to the show?
You gotta use what you got to get what you want. So at this point, I think that's what she's doing. I think she's an attractive girl. She's beautiful. She has a beautiful spirit. She has a great mind. So if, like, once again, this is a game.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can use something, one of my strengths, to keep me in the game, which is clearly her beauty, if she can use that in her personality to keep her where she is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for it. Men do it all the time. So what's wrong with when a woman does it?
Yeah.
They don't know, but I mean allegedly. What's wrong with when a woman does it? I see no problem with it. I think her strategy, she's using it well, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm on board with it. I'm all game with it, all game.
She, she was flirting with Mitchell at first, but then later on, Mitchell tries to act like he's loyal to Trevor, somebody he doesn't even know. In terms of like flirting, I'm
Which
just
is
like,
so
oh,
stupid to
okay,
me.
Mitchell, this is your downfall here. But
She would
they
never she
rate
would never last in shady survival. I'm gonna just say that right
never.
now. Mitchell,
Okay.
never, never. Because them some
um,
attractive men. So if you gonna stop flirting with one to pledge your friendship to one you don't even know, you would never survive a shady survival. But you were saying,
no, I was going to talk
mm,
about the rating. So they rated again in this
okay,
episode. River being up top, of course, or the influencer.
right, right,
They rated from the bottom up, and so basically, like they did in the past, the ratings were from the bottom: Terlisha, Lance, Emily, Trevor, Chloe, Courtney, who was first. So this made Courtney not only the Joker, but also the damn influencer. So it's just like, ah,
which I
shit,
was just so like,
right. Now
why?
this is where
Like, only
things
thing I
got
said was like,
annoying.
why?
This is where things got annoying to me because in the influencer chat that they were having, they both like Chloe. They didn't want to get rid of
That was
Lance because they felt
bullshit.
like she's fake and nobody's gonna choose him. So I get that. That's a strategy. That's a strategy to say, this person
Right,
at the end they're not gonna choose him, so we're gonna just bring him in because it'll make me the automatic winner.
right,
Lee wanted to get rid of Trevor because he hadn't talked to him, and they
right,
both were iffy about Emily. Now things
right.
got really annoying when they got to Tara Alicia
Because there
because
was a y'all both of y'all wanted her gone. So what was it to discuss?
well, no, that's what I don't agree with. Lee, I don't know how he was so easily swayed to get rid of Tara Alicia because Tara Alicia really fought for River
To
Lee,
stay.
whatever, to stay in the first episode. Savannah wanted
Right,
him gone, just like Terry
right,
Alicia wanted Courtney gone. So I
right.
don't know if that was expressed more, or maybe she should have did that. But I just found it so hard to believe how Courtney revealing that what Savannah said about Terry Alicia wanting him gone would just change his opinion to let go of
Like
take
that,
Trevor
like
off the
that.
chopping block and let go Terry Alicia. I'm just like Lee, like that don't make no
You
sense.
are
Like
that
and
easily
so
influenced.
and that's why in this season of the circle, I don't feel like there's no true alliances. Nobody's working
It's
together.
not.
Nobody's holding their word. It's like it's just
It's
I can
not.
honestly I can't even look at the game and be like, oh, they got each other back. Ain't nobody got nobody back. They getting rid of the
I.
people that they said it's just it's so cutthroat. And not saying it's a bad thing, but it's so like annoying too because not just
It
because Terry Lynch is
is.
gone, but it's just like you want to see some kind of alliance move to the top together, but you don't really see
Right.
that.
And then y'all turn on each other in the end. But I have not seen that at all. Every
Yeah,
alliance that was attempted to form has
yeah,
somehow broken in some sort of way.
yeah.
And
Over
I
nothing.
think I think personally, Lee, aka River, he was easily influenced because once Courtney revealed what Samantha had told him, well, Lee's now looking at it as okay. Well, she might do the same thing to me. So going into it, like I said, as when they did the rankings, I'm sorry, as much as I love Terry Leisha, I knew for a fact Terry Leisha would be the last one.
Yeah.
I knew she would because so many people already had like it's like I think everybody had pretty much placed, even though Savannah was gone, everybody had pretty much placed Terry Leisha in this category of negative, like a dark cloud. No matter,
Hmm.
I believe personally, no matter what she did, no matter what she said, no matter how many times she apologized, no matter who she had a conversation with, I think that the people prior to Kat and Mitchell coming in the game, I think that they still had that image of her arguing with Savannah. So even though I just yeah, like I said, I just knew she was gonna be in the bottom.
Yeah.
And being that Courtney is more dominant than Lee, I knew that Lee would pretty much give him free will to just say, this is what I think, and maybe you should just go along with it, personally.
I see all of that. I feel like maybe Terry Alicia could have saved herself
How?
had she
With the picture thing?
continued to reassure her relationship with River. Because I feel like he was losing faith because they were big six, but they hadn't really
He was fickle.
spoken. They hadn't really spoken since the earlier phase, and so you got to think about it. River and Courtney were close. They did have a connection.
Right.
So I feel like she should have, when she was doing those chit chats and stuff like that. I'm sorry, maybe the conversation she
Hmm.
had with Kat, she probably should have had it with River. Oh
Right, because Kat didn't have
they weren't
any
they were
pull.
they were in the influence room. You're right. They were already voted at that time, but she should have just made sure that her relationship with River was good because yeah, that's just like for example, like you make a relationship and it happened 5 days ago. Okay, well I hope y'all still talking throughout the time of those other 5 days because you never know who they talking to. So you want to keep that
Right.
connection, and I feel like she did not keep that connection with River, which made him be so finicky and
I
jump
think
all
it's
over to
good
the
you said
side.
that. It's really good you said that because I mean I'm happy she had the conversation with Kat, but at the same time you got to play your strengths. Kat doesn't have any pull in the game right now.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't have any pull to save you. So I definitely think she should have had that conversation with River. Had she had it, it would have went
Yeah.
a little bit smoother, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Just kept she should just kept that relationship tight because if you know
Right.
even with all that bad energy and bad juju around her, you have to also think like, well damn, okay, I know that River is my little bro, but let me go talk to him about this to see how he feeling. Kind of how Trevor went to Savannah the next day when the issue happened, and she was just like, "You
Right. Just to see
okay?"
how she was feeling.
She
Right.
should have like kind of kept their relationship close, and I feel like because of that, that's what got her going because he was honestly ready to send Trevor home. And
Oh yeah.
honestly, Trevor was about to go because Courtney didn't really have no fight for Trevor. He kind of
Hmm.
was like, "Well, damn, if that's what we got to do." Trevor was about to go. So, yeah.
Trevor was on
Sorry,
his
Tara
way
Alicia,
out.
girl.
I will say
I'm
that.
justice for Tara Alicia. I got my blue on, honey,
You see,
and
I got
we
my
got our
blue on,
we
right?
got
I
our
mean,
shades of
it's
blue.
not.
I
Look,
was
I
just like,
mean,
I was like, well, damn, that's crazy. So we're gonna keep on going with the show. Of course, I still love the show, love Terry Alicia, but girl, you had to go. And
I love you,
as like
Terry
I
Leisha,
said,
boo.
me and Kanubi, we have played these types of games before. We know how it works. I didn't mention this last week. I'm gonna go ahead and toot my horn. I have actually won one of these games before. So yes, I
I
won
was in
my.
the finale.
You was
I
in the
was in the
finale,
finale. I had
close to the
personal
finale. You won
issues.
top three, but
I was four. I was top four, I think. I was top
yes, yes,
four.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I was. I was top four.
But
I
yeah,
had personal
so
issues going on.
of course Terry Alicia, she was kicked off and she decides to go meet Chloe. And I didn't know who she would go see. If I was her, I would have saw River.
Neither did I.
I would have saw River, and I would have been like, like,
Like,
River, why did
what
you
happened?
What happened, little bro?
You didn't fight for me, right?
That's what I would have done.
You old
You
bro,
didn't.
old bro.
Oh, bro, because he needs to be
Yeah,
exposed anyway. But she goes to see Chloe, and Chloe's excited. I love how Chloe really had a mind made up that Terry Alicia was a catfish, and she basically said because of the photos
I
she
love it.
chose, which I mean I would agree, like those photos were a little suspect,
Right,
especially in this game.
absolutely. Right.
Um, and
You supposed to get
do you think?
face.
Right, I was gonna say, but we already know that. But then Terry Alicia thinks the Joker is Emily, which further pushes Courtney's plan. I'm like, no. Why is
No,
nobody thinking
like
like this could possibly be somebody playing a game versus it being? Why would she expose herself so easily to say Chloe's like this and Terry Alicia like this? Like, no, y'all. Like, you have to
right.
think like, wait a minute. Why? Because basically she would be out herself. She's the only girl. Why would she
You
expose
have to put
herself in a
yourself in the
role?
other person's shoes.
Right. Why would she expose herself in a role that's anonymous? That makes sense.
That's what I think Teresa didn't do. Like, I really think she didn't put herself in the other person's shoes because in those type of situations, you really gotta break down each corner. Like, you really have to break it down. And like I would ask myself, I'm like, okay, the person who was the Joker got a chance to put somebody as the influencer. Okay, the influencer is River. Who is River cool with in this game? Once you
Exactly. It
break
ain't
that down,
Emily.
it ain't Emily,
It ain't
right? It's like
Emily.
you just gotta ask those questions like
It ain't
who is this
Emily.
person
And why
cool
would
with?
Emily expose us to this? Are like, whoa, like, okay. Maybe in the game it's all happening so fast. I don't know. But these are things that I feel like I would want to think about because it is messy. It's anonymous. So why would somebody take a role like that and expose themselves as who they are? It
Right,
just doesn't make sense to me.
right,
So when
right.
she didn't gave Chloe the tea as if she had the tea, and I like how she was just like, you didn't fucked up. And then the host was like, "No, honey, you fucked up. That's wrong."
Yeah, you fucked up. Right, right. You fucked up, sweetheart. Not me. You.
Right.
I liked it. I really, really like that.
And you notice Lee did not cry, or River Lee did not cry this time. He cried for Savannah. He cried for Bryant. Why he didn't cry for Terry Alicia, his big sis? I mean, I'm just saying.
Because he never was cool with Teresa like that,
I'm
as
sick
I've
of
been
him.
saying from the
I ain't even
beginning.
mad at Courtney because Courtney playing River. You on my list, honey.
Ju- You know
River made
what?
me more mad than
I
Courtney. I ain't gonna lie to you.
really?
Yeah, because of
You think
the
so?
loyalty, the alliance they were supposed to have. That's what I'm
Well,
saying. Courtney is
yeah.
just playing the game. He wanted to get Shirley shot because she wanted him out. That's fine. I get that. You find it out. I'll be
You
like, I'm
you
getting you
got
too,
me. I
bitch.
got you.
Right, but Lee, River, somebody's supposed to have your back. That hurts worse. That makes me more upset. I'm like, you know what? These hoes ain't loyal.
At all, at all. Like you just completely let her go. Didn't even fight for her. So that lets me know where your loyalty sits at,
Right.
River.
So then
Oh man,
obviously
River.
she gets to leave her message and she saw Chloe, of course. She basically was just like that. She left a very, broad type message. It was like that, the Joker, be careful what comes around goes around, and you will be got. I like that she did that, just kind of make him feel like maybe like, well, shit, does she know something I don't know?
She had shook him up. She
She
shook
shook him
him up a
up. She
little bit.
did, and that's
Yes,
yeah,
she
that's
did.
all you got to do. That's all you got to do. I wish, of course, somebody else is gone. It's not a catfish, annoying, but she left the game. Miss Blue's gone, and we have to move on. Um,
Right.
I don't really have much to say about Lance, Cat, and Mitchell. Like Lance is just, I don't, it's terrible. I
I
like how
feel like
Cat was
she's
trying to
like
set her up. I'm tired of Carol
a
Baskin.
painting on the wall.
She's
She's
just
just
there.
there.
Yeah,
She's just there.
she's just there. But the good part was the Glamikins challenge. Now, I was like, oh shit, this is about to be a
Oh
setup,
my
baby.
God.
This is a setup for somebody to be exposed as a catfish because one, I was like, Glamikins, sound like a very feminine type game. So if you're a
Mm-hmm.
man and you're doing a woman, it's going to be difficult for you, right? Because you're a man,
Right.
and that
Right.
happens.
A straight man, shall I
A
say?
straight man, a straight man. You're right. You're right. You're
Right.
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 But that happens, and after it happens, we're gonna talk about the ratings or whatever first. But
Right.
after that happens and they submit, Mitchell creates a boys chat, and I like this because
Mm-hmm.
that should have been a boys
Right.
chat. But
from
you
the
want to know why it
beginning.
wasn't a boys' chat? Because there are no real men playing themselves or a man in the chat. So you got
Besides
Delisa
Courtney.
playing Trevor, right? You got I mean, well, I'm sorry, not that Courtney and River are not real men, but they're gay men, and so
Right, right, right.
naturally we don't think like let's do a boys' chat. We're trying to be with the girls,
Right.
so that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Like
right.
with Mitchell, right?
We
But as far as
still
like that leaves Trevor looking suspect, honestly, because
right,
he should have been created something for the boys, and obviously he hasn't
right,
because River ain't feeling him. So yeah, but I like that chat. Oh, and Lance is gay too. So yeah, I guess it's all the same. It's all three gay guys
right,
technically,
right.
and
It's
then
one and the same.
right. But yeah, so back to the Glamicans feedback. Now, I like it was a nice little challenge. Who was your favorite? Who was your actual favorite?
My favorite, like, even though she didn't win, mine was Chloe.
Okay,
I
I
think
like.
Chloe just, I think Chloe did it. Like she just went in. When I looked at Chloe's mannequin, I saw Chloe,
Yeah,
and I wasn't that the purpose of the challenge, like to create a Glamican that looks, that that resembles you.
yeah.
So when I look, you know what, you know what, I'm gonna say Chloe, and I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to also say Cat, because
I was
baby
gonna say I
Cat
would say
got
you know what
into it.
Cass was nice. Cass was really nice.
Cat had the hoop earrings. Cat had that little wig she constantly tossing on and off like a hat. She had the lashes. She had the lipstick. She painted it a perfect shade of brown.
Mm-hmm.
I think Cat did it. Like when I saw hers, I'm not gonna say I saw Cat, but I saw something,
You saw
and it was
Kitty.
cute. Right, I saw Kitty. Right, I saw Kitty. That's what I saw. But I think it was really. I think Chloe overall just did it for me. She really, really did it for me.
Yeah. And your worst.
It 100% without a doubt, and everybody I'm sure watching this agrees. Emily, 100% without a doubt.
I don't even count
That
Emily's
was
because Emily.
the
I don't count
worst.
Emily's because Jack didn't really know what he was doing. So I'm gonna disqualify him from the worst because technically, for some, he really didn't know what he was doing. Not saying that's an excuse, but I think the worst was probably Courtney's because I don't feel like I get it what he was doing, but I didn't really like
I didn't.
it. I was like, he got these little extensions in this little band. I mean, I get he was trying to move, show, rainbow power
I
or
guess
whatever
peace
hashtag
and
they're
all that.
using, peace, but it did not represent him. And
Right,
honestly,
right.
people should have been. Obviously, he's real, but if I was playing the game, I would probably think like, well, damn, is he a catfish too? Because this don't give Courtney. I mean, it gives
Right,
vibrant and colorful, but it doesn't give
right.
Courtney. So, I actually like
Now, Faith, I
Trevor's.
think you would have won that challenge because you love your little wig, you
You're
love
not
your
loving.
little
We
piece.
had that challenge. Well, you didn't make it to the brunch, child, but my wig brunch, you didn't make
Right,
it.
right, right.
We actually did something like that without the makeup, but they styled it with the wig on the mannequins. It was fun. So yeah, I've done it before, or at least played it before. And like I said, Trevor was my favorite. He did win. I like Trevor's. Just because, but it did have a feminine touch to it. It gave Butch Queen in first time in
Definitely.
pumps.
Because somebody actually said it. Somebody was like, I forgot who it was. Somebody was like, Trevor's mannequin.
uh,
Maybe it was
and
Cat. I'm
Chloe.
not
Chloe
sure.
said it too. Chloe said it,
Chloe.
but she definitely was one of them. But yeah, Emily's mannequin. I knew he was doomed from the moment he started putting the wrong damn, was
He,
it blush or stuff on it. I was just
it
like,
was
oh my god.
Blush. He was doomed. And
It
that
looked like but
was
his
the,
mannequin looked like a man.
it did. Like you cannot tell when you look at that mannequin, and I'm sitting up here yelling at the TV, like watching, just yelling at the TV. You cannot tell me a 21-year-old girl in college is gonna do that. Now, granted, there are a lot of 21-year-old girls that not interested in makeup, and that's
Right.
cool. However, but when you look like Emily, those pictures of that girl, she
Exactly.
has makeup
Exactly.
all up and through her face. So you would think that she would have that, going on with the mannequin. When he dropped that picture, I said it right now. He's an that, like I called it. I'm like, he's an ex ago. Game over.
he tried to sell it by being like, you know, a natural. I don't really want to make a natural pretty girl. And I like the next game we're gonna talk about because it got so messy, baby.
Did it?
But that mannequin was terrible. Like he could have just put the foundation on the face and just put the wig on and not. It just looked really bad, and I was just like, oh my god. I like how when it revealed, he was like, when he like crying, he was like having a moment. I was just like,
He had them broke, and that's even he knew it. He was like, "Fuck, man, it's over with for me. Like it's over with." He started crying. I'm like, and I'm sitting up here asking myself. I said, "Is this motherfucker crying?" Like, cause
I
you
had to lean
knew,
in. I
like,
was like, is he crying? Or is he turned? I saw him turning
crying.
red. I said he turning red, so I think he crying. But I'm just like,
I'm
baby,
thinking
go ahead
maybe he
on.
breathing heavy, like he hyperventilating a little bit. But then I laid there. I said, "This
Listen,
motherfucker's crying."
his
Like,
whole world,
wow,
his whole world had come
was
down, honey.
done,
And
done.
and,
You
and,
knew
and
you were done.
everybody literally was thinking this is a catfish, and that's basically what that ends out in the episode and brings up. That I mean, sorry, that picks back up in the next episode. Like we didn't really got to go into everything because every damn chat was basically about Emily or
Emily.
whatever. And so they played this game. Now, don't at me. It was a messy game, basically where you can
Oh,
direct
I love
something
a
at
game like
somebody,
that now.
very much so, anonymously. And somebody who was that who asked? I don't know what they asked Emily about. They asked her something, but they basically tried to put it to where was it Courtney?
Wait a minute.
Was it Courtney?
Courtney asked River to name 5 makeup brands.
No, 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 no. You talking about no, no, no. I'm talking about
Oh,
Chloe.
River. Oh, Courtney asked River. Okay, my bad. Courtney, no. It wasn't Courtney that asked River that. It was
No, no,
somebody
no, no,
else.
no. Chloe. So somebody asked Chloe something,
Chloe.
basically trying to set it up to where the newbies had asked her that, but it wasn't. She answered it, and they liked the answer.
She
Um,
said, are you going to flirt to get to the end or something
right,
along the lines of that?" Yeah.
right. And then they asked Emily about makeup brands. Now let me tell you something. This
I
is
named
why
5 right then and there in that
I
moment.
started saying Bobby Brown, Mary Kay, Maybelline. I mean
I
Anastasia Beverly Hills.
I
I mean
went there.
Jesus.
I said Fenty, Anastasia, NARS, MAC, CoverGirl. I would have said Mary Kay. Hell, you could get Mary Kay out of Walgreens. But I'm
Exactly. And this is why people, if you're gonna go on the Circle season 3, if you're a guy, do not play a girl. Okay? I think that straight men cannot play girls. Now I
they
do
can't.
feel
They gonna get
like
this up
girls
caught.
can play guys. I feel like that can happen. I don't think Delise is doing a very good job of it. She's kind of showing some feminine ish
But the thing
about
about
her.
it is, she has, and here's what I think about that. I think girls can play guys
Yeah, they
how
can.
if you know what you're doing. Like
Yeah.
Delisa has a whole book full of things to say and things to
Yeah.
do if they ask a question or this, that, and the third. And on top of that, Trevor is her actual husband. However,
But
I think she has a hard time letting go of her femininity and putting it into Trevor.
you need to be able to add to that. You need to be able to give a variety of men.
Right.
She
Right.
thinks that she's being troubled by saying yo and stuff like that, and it's just like
Got it.
yeah, like she can respond. She responds well as a man,
Right.
but when she initiates the conversation, she comes off as a woman.
Right.
That's what I get. And
Agreed.
so I think
Agreed.
that to back to Emily, like Jack is a heterosexual, straight as hell. Don't know nothing about a woman. It's probably just her vagina. That's it. He don't
Right.
know nothing about no woman. So in the future, it should not happen because unless you gotta be gay, you gotta be somewhat close,
Right.
very very with some feminine traits,
You
or
gotta
you
be your
gotta be
sister. Like
it gotta be your sister. And it, but no,
you have to know everything.
not even have to know because this was something with makeup. He couldn't even do makeup.
Right.
I can do makeup. I can make it look better
Right.
than that. I'm just saying. I'm gonna
Right.
just
I ain't,
keep this
don't get me wrong. I ain't no
right. I ain't
top
no
makeup
MUA.
artist, but right. But I mean, I could shake some shit up that'll keep me
Right.
at least safe in the competition.
Yeah. So they asked him that he failed. He said he didn't got to reading the stuff off the damn lip gloss. He said Maybelline and what's that company? What he say company code?
Corporation Co.
Corporation
Corporation and Co. I
Co.
remember Corporation and Co. And a girl who played Lance, she said, "That's not makeup. That's like." I remember she said, "That's not
Right.
makeup." I'm like,
Carol
"Yep,
Baskin said,
you
now
done
wait
got
a minute
caught."
now. Even I know makeup.
Right. That's not makeup. And in that moment, I'm like, dude, that was a one time he could have saved himself. The one time,
Yeah,
but he failed.
he failed. He failed, and I like they asked him that. But you know what? He came back at Courtney. He set Courtney up. He
Oh, I love.
he came back at Courtney. He was just like something about just playing nice for everybody, and I'm just like, you know what? It
Are you
worked
going to continue to be
because
fake nice, or you just
right.
going to fake your way to the end of competition?
And you know what? It worked only because I feel like he comes in the chat and he's being himself, and that's fine. But I don't really feel like he's another one. He's not making a lot of he's not continuing those relationships that he has with people. I feel like he's just
Right.
coming in the chat being bubbly, yes this, yes that, but he's not making like long term relationships as far as the game. And so I think it was a valid question because they had everybody thinking like, well, damn,
It
huh?
was, and because it got Delisa thinking, who plays Trevor, she started thinking like, okay, Courtney did come off as a kiss ass, like he was kissing everybody's ass,
Right.
and it's like, are you really this nice person? Or are you just faking like
Yeah.
being this nice person? So
Yeah.
I think it did get into a lot of people's head with that question.
But he knew it was
His
Emily though.
rebuttal,
He knew it was Emily.
yeah, that's the only person that really has something like against him that he thought. So
Yeah.
yeah, I
Well, he had
guess.
something against her too, because remember that's who Savannah said to get
Right.
out
He was
next.
just adamant. Nah, he was adamant about getting her out. Like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
Um. So then after that, there were a few other chats, and they basically had to rank again, but this time there were no influencers. The bottom two would instantly be blocked, and the
Right.
rankings were Chloe, Kat, well in this order from top to bottom. Chloe was number one, and that's good. Like I like Chloe,
Right.
and I think she's playing the game
But she
well.
earned it.
She earned. She's playing a very good spot. She's talking to everybody. She's talking to the guys. She has alliances. I feel like she's building connections with people. The
Personal
only person,
alliances.
right, personal, correct. She was she had an alliance with Emily, but after Terry Lisa said she thought it was Emily, and then after the whole catfish thing, she's like, "Oh no, baby, no." But and then she's
Right.
starting to suspect that
She
Trevor is
said,
a
oh no,
catfish.
baby.
She's starting
But
to
she
suspect
been
it.
suspected that from the beginning though. I think she was just so caught up by the fact that he's physically attractive that
Yeah,
she was willing to push him potentially being a catfish on a back burner.
yeah.
But now I think she's really like
She has
starting to
her
get
head in
into
the game.
okay,
Like
yeah, she
she
does.
has her head in the game in the most like nonchalant way. Like she's just having
Right.
a good time, and I feel like
Unapologetic.
it's just happening for her to where she's landing herself in the top. Because she was number one a couple like the 2 or 3 episodes ago. Then she was number two to
Mm-hmm.
Courtney, and now she's number
Mm-hmm.
one this time, which
Number
means
one
that
again,
and
right.
there's no influencer, but she is at the top, and Kat
Right.
is number two.
No,
So I was like, okay, Kat, like she's in a
Cat
good
came
place
in like a
too.
wrecking
I'm
ball.
curious to see how she's going to maneuver now, um,
Right.
going forward because Mitchell was in the middle, Trevor is still towards the top, River towards the top, but towards the bottom, who almost got sent home was Miss Courtney, honey, and um, I think that basically solidifies that people are starting to think like, oh, he may be kind of fake.
Exactly. Exactly. Even though he did not get number 6
And not that
or
he's not
7.
that he's a catfish, but that he may not be a very can't think of the word, child, a
Le-
very genuine
I guess
person.
right, but I
Yeah,
said
a genuine person.
legitimately nice person. Right.
Yeah. So, and that honestly was the situation with Savannah. I feel like people started to think that she was kind of a nice, nasty girl, and she really was. And
She
so,
really was, yeah.
the apple don't fall too far from the tree with Courtney, because I think he's
Right. I'm
also a
about to
nice,
say,
nasty.
hey,
But Lance and Emily are blocked. They get to go meet somebody, but end up in the same damn room.
Meeting each other. Right.
meet each other, and I'm just like, well, damn, what's gonna happen? So it basically what happens is they get a second chance. They get to be a duo under a new catfish profile, and they didn't
That's the
chose
real
Lee.
old man river.
They didn't chose Lee's childhood best friend as the catfish, and I can't wait to see what is going to happen because
Child,
if
that
they
man
receive
looks
him, if they receive him well,
right.
it should make River, aka Lee, look so bad because that's the reason
That
why
man looked like somebody's homophobic uncle.
he definitely like he look somebody. He look like one of them damn people that be like, get out of my yard. You don't belong in this
Right. Get
neighborhood.
off my grass. Right. Like one of them. But I think
uh,
if they dig his character well, if they pay attention to the facts that's in his bio and things
yeah,
like that, and really get into it, they can go far. Now, how them two, the 6'6"
but they're
loner and the 5'2" back in sync stalker, how they gonna get together in this one
they
apartment? I
don't
will never
they
know.
neither one of them played a really good game.
Neither one
Anyway,
of them.
so honestly, they have to play an older man. So they gotta work and talk in the lingo. They can't. They gotta act like they not too hip to hashtags. So it's gonna be a whole situation that they have to adapt to. And so I think they got to work together. I mean, Carol Baskin, she ain't that young, so I mean, she may got a little more, you know.
I really feel like how you said it last week when we did this.
Hmm.
She's like a seat filler, like a placeholder.
I don't
I
even know
really feel
why they
like she
casted
was
her.
that the entire
She was a waste of a spot.
time.
Like, I'm
Like when,
sorry.
when it was like, let's see what Lance is doing. She eating ice cream and reading a book.
She's not. She was a definitely a filler. I think they have wasted their spot. They could have gave that spot to somebody else because
Definitely.
not even just her, but her attempt to beat Lance Bass, it all was a flop. Like
It
it
was
was a
horrible.
flop. It wasn't even
And
entertaining
mind
to
you,
watch.
we didn't even touch bases on the fact that Kat got her right what she wanted her.
Oh yeah,
Kat set
Cat.
her
Oh,
up.
listen,
Kat,
Cat.
oh my God.
I want to say something about that too because Kat was very adamant about making sure that she would, because she's a big fan. Now Courtney said he was a big
Hmm.
fan too. I feel like everybody let I'm sorry, everybody let Lance slide with that, but I'm glad that Kat came in and was like, let me just see what's going on here. And you
Kat
know,
got in on
Lance
it.
thought she was doing it. She thought that she was
Right.
doing it. She thought she had him. And I'm like, nah, girl, nah,
She
girl.
could have saved herself with that response though. Like she really could have.
She almost did, but she ended up going with the wrong
Hmm.
answer because she was just like saying something like she don't like saying like, oh, I love that venue, something like that or whatever. She could
And
have
her
failed away.
sister has that jacket in her closet. First of all, if you know Lance like that, you know Lance is never. You say you know Lance more than Lance knows Lance. Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
if
she
you
know
know
more.
Lance, you know Lance never would have worn that. That sounds like something she said a jacket with zippers on it. That sounds like something Michael Jackson would wear.
I would have just said, honey, that's so long ago. I don't even remember.
Right, like child, I
Like
don't
who
remember that. You
like
know how
the
many
host said,
tours
who
I've been
remembers
on
right? Do you know how many tours I've been on? Like who can remember something from
from
20 years ago?
20
Girl, I can't remember
years
what I
ago.
wore last Sunday unless I go to
Last
Instagram.
week, I can't remember what I wore last week. So you think I remember what I wore? If I don't take pictures, oh, it's a wrap. I'm not gonna remember what I put on. So you think I'm
Correct.
gonna remember what I wore in
On a
90,
tour.
93, not 92, 93, something like that? Come on now. But I like Kat's game plan. She got him right where she wanted him. Because
Yeah.
she came in the gate saying automatically, catfish,
Yeah.
catfish, catfish, catfish. And she was
Yeah.
adamant about it. So she set him up. Bam. She fell in Lavina's fly trap. Boom. She was caught from that point on. But being that Cat didn't hold any weight in the game, she couldn't do anything in that moment. But I mean, it worked out in her favor because
No, it
she's
did
now
work.
gone.
She voted. She obviously I
She
mean,
voted? They
yeah, she
couldn't
voted.
vote on her. Wait, they
Yeah, they
voted?
voted. They voted.
Okay, okay. Gotcha. They
They
just,
couldn't vote
she got him.
on. They couldn't vote on Terra Alicia. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
they could. They couldn't. Wait. Yes, they could.
They
They've
yeah,
been
they
able.
couldn't vote on
They
Alicia.
no. They've been able to vote since Terra Alicia. They couldn't be voted out when Terra Alicia was voted
Okay.
out. But they've been able to
Gotcha.
vote since Terra Alicia came in. I mean, I'm sorry, since Terra Alicia was put out, blocked.
Went out. Right.
So yeah, I just think that this is gonna be an interesting way that they're gonna have. I mean, they giving them a second chance. They should have gave my girl that second chance. I'm sorry, But whatever.
When I saw that, I'm like,
They just said
so
that
y'all didn't
they
want to give
production, what y'all
Terralisha a
doing,
second
honey?
chance?
Right.
I was
Maybe
so
she.
irritated. I ain't gonna lie, that I was irritated. I'm like, so what happened when Terralisha left? Like y'all couldn't let her go meet somebody who she thought she was gonna win, or y'all couldn't bring her to
Right.
do the little joint profile either. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's still
It,
my girl
it,
though.
it would have been nice for them to bring all three in there. Maybe they could have did something like that. But
Because
they didn't.
Terralisha's a strong player.
She is a very strong player.
She's
I'm
a
like,
very strong player.
she is, and she. I mean, she. If you follow her Instagram, which we do, she's doing just fine.
Just
She
fine.
is like her. She's verified now with a blue check for real, not in the
Blue, her favorite
Netflix.
color. Okay.
So yeah, you can
Blue.
still support her like we do, and yeah, like I said, I can't wait to see what they do with this profile. It's gonna be interesting, and we just gonna see. I'm ready for next week's episode. We got a whole week to go. But
Literally.
yeah,
And time is ticking. I wish it comes on, but yeah.
yeah,
I'm just waiting for next week episode, baby. When they come on, I promise you I'll be the first one sitting there looking at it.
yeah. Well, with that being said, we have covered everything in these episodes 5 through 8. If you haven't watched, well, if you watched this, you've probably seen 1 through 4. But we'll be back
Right.
next week to recap 9 through 12. Is it 9, 10, 11, 12? 9 through 12.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
And
sure.
then there's one more after that, which is the finale. So next week, I think we'll get down to like the top, like 2 or 3 or however many it was. I can't remember how many it was last
I think
season, but
they're gonna end up having a double elimination
well, they're
again.
gonna have to. It's gonna have to be like 2 and 2,
Right,
because it's
right,
was it 6 left or
right.
7,
It's
because they
six.
got
It's
they
six.
got they got the new
The
profile,
other profile,
and I
yes. So
think
it's
they get
seven. Yeah,
down
they're
to
gonna have a double
3 or
elimination.
4. I can't remember. So we're gonna be here for the next 2 weeks, obviously recapping and reviewing this show. Thank y'all for leaning in. We are about to lean out. You can find Kanubi on Instagram right there, what you see under his name. And you can find me, you know where you can find me. Again, like, subscribe, comment, all things lean. And until next week, we're going to see y'all later. Bye bye.